Wow, you know what's crazy? I have to use the restroom. I'm just gonna ignore it. I just got here. Hi, I'm a girl. Just trying to figure life out, you know, type stuff. Hey guys, I was just roasting myself because instead of pressing record, I turned off the camera, and that's so embarrassing. And I'm so glad I'm in the car while I'm doing it. But where can I prop you? Anyways, hey guys, I'm currently at the park right now. I decided, because I'm having such a good day, I said, you know, let me go outside and get some sun, because I don't do that often. My only sun would be me going to class for an hour, and for that hour I'd be indoors. So normally when it's a good day, I'm like, let me go work out, let me go out, let me go do something. But I had a lot of work to do, so I said, we're gonna hold off on the workout. For sure, we're gonna hold off on the workout. I haven't been consistently working out, but I have a lot to tell y'all. So I guess you could say this is kind of like a conversations with Cookie. I'm gonna see if my laptop is dead or not. Ooh, it's fully charged. Loves to see it. So I'm gonna put it in my Duffy. It's actually really heavy. Wow, am I weak? Can I pop in here? I'm gonna find a spot and then I'm gonna prop you guys back up so I could kind of explain. Look at all this dust flying in my car. Cyrus needs a little clean. And I'm gonna explain to y'all basically what I'm gonna do today, what this video is gonna be about. I just wanted to say hello before I started, you know. I didn't want to just boop. Hey y'all, this is what I'm doing today, let's go. I want to say, hey guys, what's up, what's goody, what's happening, how are y'all? But let's go. I hope the wind's not too windy. I hope y'all can hear me. I don't even have a mic. So I didn't even put on sunscreen. I'm trying to like get into putting on sunscreen regularly and not when I'm like on a trip or like, you know, because that's not the only time that you should really be protecting your face. Just like an overview. So I took a little break because I'm running out of inspo. I didn't know what to post and I didn't want to post nonsense. But I took a little break and I was like, okay, Cookie, what type of content do you want to produce? And yeah, I feel like the way I'm going about life, it's basically like I don't know what I'm doing, and that's normal. It's okay to not know what you're doing, but I have no comfort in not knowing what I'm doing. So that was big for me. It makes you less confident because you don't really know what you're doing. I can say that like one of my biggest things right now is like my career choice, because for the longest I wanted to be a pediatrician. I swore up and down I wanted to be a pediatrician until I was actually like in the field, like physically in the field. Not like working as a pediatrician, obviously not, because I'm not degreed, I'm not licensed or anything, but like interning and shadowing and all that sort of stuff. I kind of got into what I like and what I don't like, and I realized pediatrics wasn't me. And that was a hard pill to swallow, because since I can say the 6th grade I knew I wanted to be a pediatrician. So imagine thinking you know something for however many years and then one day it's just like, oh, never mind, I'm wrong. So that was big. I think I know an alternative that I like to pursue, but I'm not too confident in that either, because like I said, I made the mistake of swearing up and down I wanted to be this one thing without like, you know, too much information, because it sounded good and they get paid a lot and all this other stuff, but that was not the wave. So I was like, I don't want to say, oh, I want to do this. I'm not even going to tell y'all what I want to do or my alternatives, because it could fall under the same thing. Like, okay, I swore up and down I wanted to do it, and then I'm actually like exploring in the field and I realized that this is not my thing. So we're gonna work on that. I'm just exploring, I guess. So that's good. I like trying new things. Trying new things is very hard, but I'm not completely against it. For the longest I was trying to figure out what to name my vlogs, because I didn't want it to just be vlog, you know. I wanted it to have a little bit more meaning to it, you know. Not saying that just vlog has no meaning. I'm just saying that that's personally what I wanted for myself. And I was thinking like the life of a girl trying to figure it out. And I know it's really long and it's a stretched out title, but I was like, yeah, because I feel like that's what my vlogs entail, like. And I'm gonna try to incorporate more of like school and stuff like that, so y'all can understand how I'm trying to figure it out or whatever. I'm not saying that in regards to school only, that's how I'm trying to figure it out. Because no, life in general is just like a big question mark, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You're not really like, you know, something could go wrong tomorrow, and then the very next day something could go, it could literally, you could take a huge turn for it. I was reading this book. This girl said that she wanted to be, I think, a doctor. She was African. She said that she wanted to be a doctor, and that being a doctor is something that her African parents, that's like, okay, that's top tier if you're African and you have a child that's a doctor, basically. Same thing for Haitians as well. Being a doctor is big. So I thought, okay, I got this in the bag. This is something that I actually want to do, and it's like bragging rights. But after slowly coming to the point where I don't want to do it, I was like, dang, that's embarrassing, because I was over here saying I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And I don't know, my pride was kind of etched, because I don't know, in my eyes I seen it as, how you gonna talk about something and not be about it, basically. As crazy as that sounds, that's how I felt like I was coming off as someone that was like, oh, I'm gonna be a pediatrician, send all your kids to me and all this other stuff. And I was just like, oh, I mean, I still watch your children, I love kids, I'm not gonna be a pediatrician, I'm not gonna be PhD, at least not in that aspect. Like I said, I don't know what my future entails. I kind of find some peace in not knowing what to do when you're not alone. So I figured, why not be a little bit more vulnerable, or rather a little bit more open about not knowing what to do, so other people could find a similar peace, because, you know, you're not alone. And that kind of like, you know, completes the whole A Life of a Girl Figuring It Out. I think that's what I'll title my blog from now on. Life of a Girl Trying to Figure It Out. I'm supposed to be out here doing my homework, and I have a strong feeling that I'm gonna go home and not have my homework completed by the time I get home. But we'll see. I guess this video was basically me trying to explain Life of a Girl Trying to Figure It Out, and I was gonna do it in my house, and then I thought about it and I said, why don't I just take my camera with me? Very spontaneous. I typically take it out with me during like spontaneous times. I said, hey, today's a beautiful day, I'm gonna go to the park, I'm gonna get some work done, hopefully. It's not like me completely understanding everything that I'm doing, or, you know, understanding my purpose or whatever. I feel like with my hair down I look like Lil Durk, but I wanted to like spread it out into volumes, and I figured Life of a Girl Trying to Figure It Out, the first volume would be college edition or whatever. So this is me finalizing my last year in college, me trying to figure out what I'm gonna do post college, me trying to basically stay rooted, yeah, there we go, and not like go crazy or insane or like lose my mind or anything, because I don't know what I'm doing. Volume 2 would most likely be post-grad, what I do after graduation, how I'm figuring out life in that segment, and maybe there will, maybe there won't be a volume 3. So I'm learning to, I take my semesters in by like the year. So like spring semester would be 1 year and fall semester would be another year. So I go, oh, last year I learned, or last semester I learned. So I want to say in 2021, we're gonna just call that a year. I'd say that I was more so focused on building individual relationships, like getting to know someone. Say you hang out with a group of people, how often do you hang out with every individual in that group? So getting to know the individuals in that group and who they are as an individual rather than who they are as like in the group. So I was focused on that, because there's a lot of personality that you don't see when everyone's in a group. Like I know like my quiet side doesn't typically show when I'm in a group of people, because, you know, why would you surround yourself around a group of people if you don't want to talk, or you're not ready to socialize or anything like that? You know, it doesn't really make sense. Yeah, so I feel like that's what I was focusing on more. I told myself this year I want to focus more on self-awareness. I did that a little bit last year too, figuring out what I like and what I don't like. I was exploring a lot more last year than I ever did my whole entire life. So this year had a little self-awareness sprinkled into it. This semester I can say, oh, last semester, y'all, last semester was the first semester that I did not lose my mind. Last semester was the first semester that I didn't give into my negative emotions, really. I was like stable majority of the time, and I absolutely loved it. So the first semester ever in regards to college, I can say, basically a semester where I didn't have a low point. Like I was still able to be motivated throughout the whole entire 4 months. I was like, okay, I cracked the code, I finally got it. But it's still, like I said, Life of a Girl Trying to Figure It Out. It's a figuring it out type process. Yes, self-awareness is also key. Like I'm still trying to figure out, and if I wasn't focusing on self-awareness, I wouldn't be able to understand that the field that I was pursuing is in regards to career was not for me. You know, that wasn't what I wanted to actually do. if I wasn't exploring. Now that I am exploring, I'm starting to get a taste of different things that I like and different things that I enjoy. Trying new things. For example, even recording in public, that's big. I don't think I ever do. People are literally staring at me and I'm okay with it for now. I guess the trick is to focus more on what you're saying than what's going on around you. But once I run out of things to say, it's just like, oh my gosh, people are staring at me, what do I do? As far as the semester goes, or like this year, I do have a few goals with myself. I do want to work more on, obviously I have my personal goals, like what I want to do for myself and how to better build myself. I want to be more patient. I feel like as much patience as I have, I'm not patient. I need to be more patient. More so solitude. Solitude is a thing for me as well. I need to be more comfortable in my own space. Like going to the park by myself it could be something that I do, but not something, I probably wouldn't do it often, or I probably go to the park by myself to work out or something, not to just sit and chill and like take in my surroundings. I feel like if I'm not in an enclosed space, I'm not comfortable. I need to learn how to be comfortable being in my own space in public. Yeah, I guess to like shorten it out, that's what I'd say. Be comfortable being in my own space around other people, because I am, but to a certain extent. So that's also something that I'd have to work on. I did say that I wanted to be more vulnerable with you guys, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. That's not, I mean, I feel like even starting a channel in general was way beyond my comfort zone and very vulnerable of me. Very vulnerable, especially with the things that I come out here and say. So that, you know, the little things like appreciating small things in life and being kind of grateful for everything, it helps like shift your mindset. And originally this whole entire video was for me to basically discuss the whole life of a girl figuring it out process. I think after this I'm gonna go home, take a nap, and then I'll officially get started on my work, because something in me is saying, Cookie, go to sleep. Yeah, still trying to kind of push myself out there, because I'm way more shy than I thought I was. But I realized like your confidence is kind of like your strength. So I've been absent-mindedly, not even knowing, working on my confidence for about a few years. Well, probably forever, who knows. But I've started to see more change once college hit. When it comes to confidence, I feel like the more confident you are in whatever it is, no matter how stupid it looks or how stupid you look to other people, if you're confident in it, then you can still go about doing whatever you do. So I feel like confidence is the key part. If you walk out looking crazy and you're confident in yourself, people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, you look crazy. But it don't matter, because you already know that, like, hey man, I stepped out. I knew how I looked like when I stepped out. I watched myself leave the house. I know how I look. So I feel like, I mean, people are gonna talk about you regardless, blah blah blah, all this other stuff. But if you aren't confident enough to within yourself, basically, when people talk about you, it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit you like a truck, whatever, gonna knock you out. So all this to say, as long as like you're doing it for you, it's gonna continue to be fun. You're not doing it for anybody else. You're doing it because you enjoy it. I brought so much to do and I'm doing absolutely nothing, and I'm not mad at it, because this was a great release. It's good to like sit and breathe. Sometimes you feel like you're so busy and you don't have time to just sit and be still or be in your own company and stuff like that. So the fact that I even went as far as to do this is pretty good. I forgot to mention, I've definitely been more in touch with God. That was so like deep, like whoosh. But yeah, definitely been like praying more and like I'm lying. Definitely been reading more and implementing God more in my life. So the fact that that's coming up more often is good. That means that I'm like establishing a relationship or reestablishing a relationship, which is great. 10 out of 10. And this one verse like hit me today. This kind of ties into me being more patient. When I unlocked my phone, that's what came up, so that's what made me remember it. But it's 1 Corinthians 16 verse 14, and it says, let all that you do be done with love. That's resonating with me today. That's sitting on my heart today. It ties into being patient, being more intentional about being patient. Yeah, I think that was a great way to end the video. So you guys remember, this car is very loud, but I'm gonna be patient. You see? Do you see me? My camera's dying, and I basically got through everything that I had to say. I definitely need to start going back home because my face is baking. But remember guys, let all that you do be done with love. But on a serious note, remember to be a blessing to someone other than yourselves. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you did, thank you guys for watching all the way to this point. The fact that you made it to this point means a lot. as earlier stated, remember to be a blessing to someone other than yourselves. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye.